So, welcome everyone to our study abroad podcast series. So, today we have Sarthak from Patna, who is studying in Amsterdam. So, we'll know about his journey. So, welcome Sarthak to our podcast.
Hi, thank you so much, Vishal. Nice to meet you.
Sure. So, we have some questions for you, and you can answer them, and then we can have some cross questions related to that. So, Sarthak, I see that you studied in DPS, and then you probably would have at some point made a decision that you would like to go abroad for studies. So when was the very first time you thought about going outside India?
To be very honest, uh, I I didn't decide that I had to go outside India because I was doing NEET, and I had bio in class 11, 12 because both of my parents are doctors, so they wanted me to become doctor as well, like the typical Indian culture. So the thing is, I was going to give my NEET exam, and on that day only, I had like a car accident, and because of that, I had to take like 1.5 2 year drop. And after that I decided like maybe it's not meant for me, and then I looked for other options other than medical, and I always had interest in finance, so I thought maybe it's better to just switch courses. Then I looked up online and like at various websites, and then I found University of Amsterdam. So that's how I decided to join. And also my brother is in Amsterdam, he's staying there, so that was like an advantage to me. So that's how
Okay,
I
okay,
decided to join.
sure. So when you were deciding this University of Amsterdam, did you also think about other colleges, or this was the only college you applied?
I have I did apply to other colleges as well. For me, my parents after the accident they were like, you either go to Amsterdam or Australia, because my sister was in Australia. And after the accident, they were like, go to some place your brother or sister is. So it was for me, it was either Amsterdam or Australia. I did apply to University of Queensland and few other as well, and I got into them as well. But in the end, I decided that maybe Amsterdam is the right place for me.
Okay, okay, yeah, that's a good thing that you already had some local guardians in the
Yes.
form of siblings, cousins, etc. In places. So that made your search a bit narrow. And if anyone has that kind of privilege, obviously they should encash that. Why not? So once you decided Amsterdam and you applied to all these colleges, what were the tests required and documents required to apply to these colleges? The ones you applied
Uh,
to?
to be honest, it is a bit of lengthy process if you're doing it by yourself. But because I had my brother and he was in Amsterdam, so it was quite an easy process for me. And because of my background in bio, I didn't have finance in my like history, right? I didn't have maths. So because of that, the university required some foundation basically. So I had to do like 8 months of foundation at University of Amsterdam only. So I applied through the website. It was called On Campus Amsterdam. I did that for 8 months, and then I was able to join University of Amsterdam as a first year student.
So you didn't have to write any SAT, IELTS, GRE, something like that?
I had to write IELTS. Like IELTS is required, English proficiency. That's all. Other than that, there's it depends on which course you're choosing. For example, I'm doing business administration, and in that you have to give a test as well because it's numerous fixes. Though so the places are limited, so you have to give an entrance test for that.
So this entrance test is so IELTS you gave separate by, let's
Yeah,
say, independent company, and then this entrance test is conducted by the University of Amsterdam only.
yeah, it's conducted through UVA only. Like you have to apply through it, and they'll conduct the test online.
Okay, and University of Amsterdam has like few colleges under them, and you get to one of the college or like one of the course.
University of Amsterdam is like one of the colleges. It has sister colleges, I think it's called Hogwarts and Amsterdam. I'm not sure about the names, but it has few other colleges as well. Yeah,
So your college is based in like the Amsterdam, or is like bit of
yes,
outskirt of that?
main city. Yeah.
Okay, sure. So you had to write IELTS, and then you applied for this foundation course, and you got the admit of this foundation course,
Yeah.
and then you had to probably apply for visa, etc. So how was the visa journey for you?
Everything was done by like University of Amsterdam only. They apply for you through the IND, like it's the Dutch government or process. and they apply. So all you have to do is like follow the instructions given by them on the email. That's all. And it's pretty
So
easy process once you start.
so it's quite like a helpful journey for you. They help you at each and every step and guide you at each and every step, not like leave you alone
Yeah,
kind.
exactly. Yeah.
Okay. So once you are sorted with all the visa process, then you have to probably book accommodation and flight. So how did you choose which flight to book and which accommodation to check?
That was again like my brother came into the picture, and it was really helpful because my dad was like he's going to a new place, so the first year you live with your brother. He has a house there, so that was really helpful for me. First year I stayed with him. Now I moved out, like so I'm staying at a different place, and so I didn't have to book any accommodation for me. And for the flights, like my brother only helped me with it, so I booked like. I think it was Emirates the first time I booked it. It was via Dubai because it has more luggage allowance rather than KLM, which is a direct flight.
Sure, sure, sure. And when you took this flight, was this your first international flight or you took international
No,
flights
I
before?
have I have traveled to a few other places because both of my sister and brother lived outside, so I traveled to like Australia, Dubai, Singapore, other places as well.
Amsterdam was first time or it was second
Amsterdam
time?
was also second time. I did visit him before.
Okay, okay. So I think things were quite smooth for you that way. You were
Yeah,
already.
yeah, exactly.
And once you landed at the airport, probably your brother picked you up, kind
Yes.
of. Right? So
Yeah,
no, no hustle there. Okay.
yeah.
So once you landed in Amsterdam, and like now you have moved to, let's say, your apartment. So there are few cultural differences, India versus Netherlands or any other country like that, that you have to do your own cooking, cleaning, washing. How did you get adjusted to these three?
To be very honest, like again, like staying with my brother helped a lot. Like in the start, it was quite like different from here because in India you don't have to do anything. Basically, you get your food, clothes, everything done. And in the start, my brother was like, "You can chill a bit," but with time, I also helped him with cooking and cleaning. And over time, I learned like most of the stuff, and now like I do everything by my own, like cooking, cleaning, etc.
Your brother like lived alone or he had roommates, etc. That
No,
time.
he's married. He's married to a Dutch girl only. So he's been there for like 5 years.
Oh, okay, okay. So you were like living with the
Yeah.
like almost like a adopted kid.
Yeah, exactly. So staying with him for a year like was really important.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
like
sure.
most of the students also feel like homesickness. I didn't feel that because I stayed with him for a year.
Correct. And how far was your brother's place from your college, the
Uh,
classroom, etc.?
that was quite a hassle because I had to change like two metros and a bus because he lives in North and the Amsterdam is at the like University of Amsterdam is at the central. Like, so that was quite a hassle. It took about 45 minutes.
Okay. And your first few weeks when you actually attended these classes at the university, what were the cultural differences in the education system that you noticed, or the surprises, let's say?
To me, the biggest surprise was like the teachers there, like, are like, it's up to you if you want to study or not. They won't be on your behind. Like, you have to do this, you have to do that. It's on you. If you want to, if you want a good grade, you have to study on your own. Like, we won't be like on top of you all the time.
Sure, sure, sure. So you have to be a bit independent in terms of
Yeah.
decision making, etc. And once you started your studies, did you do any part-time job, internship so far?
I have done like two or three part-time jobs. Like I did at a grocery shop and then an Indian shop. Yeah, Indian restaurant, sorry. I did for maybe 2, 3 months and then I decided maybe it's not for me because I had to get up like maybe 5 in the morning and then come back at 8 and then my university was from 9. So it was like really challenging. So I stopped doing it now.
Okay, so 5 in the morning, is it? 5 to 8 in the
Yeah,
morning.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay. And how did you find those part-time jobs? Any
It
references
was
or
really
what
good
was
to
it?
be honest. If you're doing it for the first time, and if you like, I'm to be honest, I'm not good with time management. But if you're good at it, then you can definitely do it. And you are also paid really good, so it's hourly. You get hourly wages there.
Is there like a minimum wage that is followed
Yeah,
in most of the
there's a
these places?
minimum wage depending on your age. I think for 18, 19, it's maybe 10 euros an hour, and it increases with your age.
So at least it was your first earning for feel good
Yeah.
factor at least.
Yeah, I got like maybe 50, 60,000 INR and then I spent it. So,
So it was good. Okay, okay.
yeah.
And how did you find these part-time jobs? Like, what are the ways to find them?
To be honest, like I found it because there was a grocery shop near my house, and I just walked up to the manager and I said that I'm looking for a job. Do you have one? So luckily I found one. But you can also apply online. There are like these websites of grocery shops only. They offer like jobs there only.
Okay, okay, sure, sure. So a lot of students from your batch, etc., might be doing something or the other, right?
Yeah, like most of my friends are doing like these jobs only. Like they are working at Indian restaurants and different restaurants as waiters.
Sure. And how many hours of part-time job is allowed as a full-time student?
As a full-time student, I think it's 16 hours. 16 hours legally you can work out in a week. But like,
16 in a week. So,
yeah, yeah,
sure, sure, sure. Okay, so it's like if you count Monday to Friday, it's like 3 to 4 hours, three and a
yeah,
half
yeah.
hours.
Or you can divide it in 2 days, 8 hours. Yeah,
Correct, correct. Yeah, okay, whichever way. I mean, whatever is
yeah,
suitable to people. And what
exactly.
about your class timings? What kind of class timings you have in general?
It depends actually. It's not fixed. It can be really random. Maybe on a Monday morning, 9 to 11, and then on Tuesday you'll have 5 to 7. So it's not fixed. It's randomized. So
But usually like between 8 o'clock to 7 p.m.
yeah, 8 to 7 you'll be done mostly, and then you can go back home. And at
Okay,
1 to 2 we have free like lunchtime.
lunchtime. Sure, 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 sure. And what are your plans for the next few years in your mind?
Right now I'm going to start studying for GMAT because I want to do my MBA from like either UK or USA. So I'll have to prepare for that. And in my third year, I'm also planning to do exchange from US. So I'll have to apply for that as well.
And your college has some exchange tie-ups with some of the colleges,
Yeah,
like a list.
it has like tie-ups with like most of the universities across the world. So, but it's a lottery system in the end. Even if you meet the requirements, it depends on your luck because it's like a lottery system.
Okay, okay, sure, sure. And there is a good MBA college, the RSM, the Rotterdam School of
Yeah,
Management. Have you heard
yeah,
about it?
yeah. I know it's like one of the best colleges, top colleges for MBA. But to be honest, like I want to move out of Netherlands after completing my bachelor's. Like I like traveling a lot, so exploring different places. So I want to try USA.
You want to try a new place, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, okay. So the trying of new place is part of the motivation as well as obviously a good college.
yeah, yeah. University of Amsterdam also offers like MBA programs, and it is like top 50 in the world. So I can also get into it easily. But I want to move to a different college for MBA.
Sure, sure, sure. And in your this last 2 years, 1.5 years of Amsterdam stay, which all countries did you explore in the neighborhood or the cities?
Uh, I think I went to Spain, Germany, Belgium, and few other places. Yeah, but last year I didn't go to a lot of places because like I was still new. Now I have my friends and like group, so we are planning to go to more places like this year.
Okay, okay. And you would have this Schengen visa as part of your student
Yes,
visa,
yeah,
right?
I can travel anywhere in Europe.
Almost 15 countries, I think it has.
Yeah.
Sure, sure, sure. So, Sarthak, yeah, coming to our very last question now. So, you would have, because of your experience, etc., do you have some special tips for the people who are thinking about coming to University of Amsterdam or study abroad in general? Like, what are the things they should think about, or what are the top three good things that they should have according to your experience?
To be honest, I can't comment about other places, but definitely University of Amsterdam. The first thing you have to keep in mind is like the housing. The housing situation in Amsterdam is really bad. If you don't have a place and you come to Amsterdam, then you are like not in a good spot. Because if you think that you'll come there and get a housing sorted, it's not easy. So I'll recommend that it's better if you sort the housing before only and then come, because the University of Amsterdam, like they straight up say that if you don't have a housing, just don't come. Try next year maybe. So that just says how bad the situation is. Other than that, you might be feeling a bit of homesickness, to be honest, because I didn't feel that because I stayed with my brother. But most of my friends, like, they are like, they want to go home like after 2, 3 months. So that's something you have to keep in mind before coming. And other than that, it's a really good experience. So you won't be having any problems as of such.
Sure, sure, sure. Thank you, Sarthak, for your time and sharing your insights on your journey. And we hope our audience will learn a bit, and probably some of them might connect with you through LinkedIn, etc. So feel
Yeah,
free to
sure.
help them out if you
Pleasure
want.
is mine. Sure, you can contact me. No worries. Thank you so much.
Okay, then, Sarthak, take care. Bye.
Bye bye.